Good morning, my friends. This is Buddha's Meditation Manual. I am Lama Jigme Gyatso. Welcome to the Buddha Joy Meditation School. This is an installment in our ongoing commentary of the Satipatthana Sutta, which can be translated from the Pali as the Greater Discourse upon the Four Bases of Mindfulness. What are the four bases? Body, the senses, mind and emotion, as well as phenomena. We're still working on body. Specifically, we're exploring the 18 contemplations, centering upon the 9 stages of a corpse's dissolution. This is grisly, but it's not morbidity for morbidity's sake. I assure you this is not the love child of Buddha and Tim Burton. It is a marvelous way of exploring the second of Buddha's 2 pillars of wisdom, impermanence, or the inevitability of change. This is going to make more sense if you are following along in the PDF, the free PDF entitled Buddha's Techniques and Lao Tzu's Principles, which you can download for free using the first link in the doodly-doo. And do yourself a favor, download the free Kindle app to your smartphone. You can use the Kindle app to determine an email address that you can mail the PDF to, which makes navigating it upon your smartphone much easier, until, of course, you've been using the text for so long that you're able to memorize it. That's a wonderful goal, but unrealistic for your first day. Pardon. Yes, you may call me Typhoid Annie. Or was it Typhoid Mary? That's it, Typhoid Mary. Oh, won't you please join me on page 43. Previously, we've contemplated the swelling and rotting of a cadaver, the corpse being eaten by animals, being reduced to a meaty corpse, being reduced to a blood smear corpse, and also being reduced to a bare skeleton. What's the difference between a skeleton and a pile of bones? And the answer is connective tissue. Typically ligaments, but nothing lasts forever, and eventually those ligaments will fail. That's just part of the decomposition process, part of a very visceral way to explore change. I remember as a kid watching the Bugs Bunny cartoons. In one episode, I'm not sure, but I think was it the episode with the lion? I'm not sure, but Bugs Bunny fell from a great height, and he wound up somehow being shoved into the skeleton or the rib cage of a dead animal, probably some sort of a quadruped. But his eyes were closed, and he was feeling his chest, and he felt the ribs, the bones, and he started crying. Now, normally, Bugs Bunny was known as a great big wise ass. What was going on? The sufferings that touch our heart the most are our own. We are selfish by nature, and if we're smart, then we can use that selfishness to actually cultivate greater love for others. But Buddha was no fool blinded by idealism. And when I say Buddha, I mean the person who came up with these teachings, because it may have been Buddha, it may have not. Buddha may have been an actual person. Buddha may have been an actual person whose attributes and activities were exaggerated, or he may be a complete fantasy, a mere archetype. As a liberal, I'm not hung up on that. All I care about is finding techniques that work. Having said that, Bugs Bunny, when discovering his ribcage in the cartoon, started crying because that affected him deeply. Likewise, our contemplation of the inevitability of our own loss of life and luster and beauty terrifies us. Now, a fundamentalist Buddhist would say, good, fear is good. As a liberal, I don't think it's good. But it can get our attention. I've had students become furious with me and because I was just too morbid. Well, this is not all I teach, but it is part of the teachings. Why? Because it's effective. It helps us evolve. Even in the Jewish New Testament, it talks about there being more wisdom in the house of mourning than there is in the house of merriment. It's in Ecclesiastes, if I remember correctly. So let's continue. On the in-breath, silently and mentally recite, a corpse reduced to a pile, a corpse reduced to loose bones. What could that look like? And remember, our job is not to answer these questions or visualize or solve a riddle. Our job is simple. Recite the text, coordinate our recitation with the in-breath and the out-breath in such a way that we relax during the out-breath. So recite, coordinate, and relax. That's our job. A corpse reduced to loose bones. What could that look like? How could this body end up like that? This is a rather poignant part of the process, because heretofore the corpse still has had a semblance of humanity. You know, when it was rotting and festering, it looked like a human rotting and festering. And so, but once its skeleton had lost its cohesion and just became loose bones, that's a huge milestone in its decomposition. The next part is a subtle variation. A corpse reduced to sun-bleached loose bones. What could that look like? And there's something really cool about sun-bleached. Not only have our natural processes decomposed us, not only have the animals eaten us, but even the elements themselves. Pretty cool. A corpse reduced to a sun-bleached, let's try that again. A corpse reduced to a sun-bleached loose bones. What could that look like? And this is where the rubber meets the road, folks. How could this body end up like that? And that is all you get today. I invite you to make full use of the resources in the doodly-doo, all 5 links. Until next we meet, may you and yours be healthy and happy. Bye-bye now.